How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Mass Effect. Last time, we finished off Novaria, and unfortunately we were forced to kill Matriarch Benezia because she couldn't break free of Saren's control. And I feel bad for Liara because of it, and also, we probably had a little bit of a falling out with Rex because he didn't want us to save the Rachni Queen because the Rachni kind of almost destroyed the entire galactic community not that long ago in terms of, on a galactic scale, and we still let her go free. So I probably bungled that mission quite a bit, but today we are not so much worried about that. We are more worried about doing side mission stuff. Did we? I'm trying to think if we... Yeah, we talked to Joker already after we got back on the ship. We're not going to do codex entry stuff today, I don't think. I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow, because tomorrow, mostly, it's just me I'm going to be going back to the Citadel. I got to talk to Anderson and Udina about the mission on Novaria. And, see what their input is on that, see what Captain Anderson has to say about Virmire, and then we'll be heading there. But today I want to wrap up basically all of the side missions that we have to do before we go there. So that's what we are going to be doing right about now. And most of the ones that I was thinking about doing today are basically going to be the ones that are left in Argus Row and Hawking Eta. We've had that one with the biotic cult thingamajigger for Hawking Eta for a million years, and we haven't done anything about it. Mostly because it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but we're going to go and take care of that today. Styx Theta is a new cluster that's opened up since we finished Novaria. It wouldn't have been open before that, so we'll go do stuff in there today, and then we'll finish up in Argus Row. And after that, I think there's pretty much like one or two missions left that we can do, including the DLC, which is still staring me in the face here that I'm not going to be doing yet. But there's like two more missions that we can do other than Virmire, and I don't know if we're going to do those before or after Virmire yet. I haven't figured that out. But we'll figure that out at some point. So we may as well get started by going to the Hawking Eta cluster. Kind of close to the center of the center of the galaxy there, so it's probably a little bit dangerous, but it's not like this mission hasn't had any danger on it to begin with, so whatever. Let's go to the Century system and see what we can find after leaving Novaria in airspace, because that's what has to go on here. I think what happens is there's a few missions that are specific to... The reason why Styx Theta wasn't there until after we did Novaria was because there's a few missions that are specific to the storyline in Novaria that didn't open up until we finished Novaria, so... That's why Styx Theta wasn't
Commander.
There. So.
Big surprise, the Alliance needs you again.
Oh, great.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hawking Eta cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
It's a bit of a jump there, Admiral.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
Great. So who is this guy exactly?
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
Might be a similar situation as what was going on with Corporal Toombs there. So he has followers now, this cult that you were talking about.
You said his followers were biotics?
Yes. Major Kyle never showed any biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them. Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on like this.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's why you guys sent in the officers, right?
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed him.
Alright, well, I mean, I am a biotic myself, so maybe I'm somewhat on level with what he's latching onto, so it's possible that I can talk to him, see what he's, trying to do with these biotic people, and then, maybe reason with him to come and get treatment.
I might be able to end this without violence.
You serve with him. He might listen to you. But he's already killed 2 Alliance representatives. I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Aye, aye, sir. I served with Major Kyle, huh? Must have been during the Skillian Blitz when we were doing that whole fighter brigade thingamajigger. He definitely wasn't there on a cruise, because if he was, then he probably wouldn't have made it out. Toombs and I got lucky as you want to call Toombs' situation. It wasn't very lucky to begin with. Anyway, we are here in the Century System. Let's explore around before we go and find this Major Kyle fellow. Starting with Tamahera, which has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. The surface is icy and composed of sodium oxide with deposits of calcium. It contains a few unremarkable metals, but mainly consists of rock. The presence of canyons and floodplains indicates that liquid water once existed, suggesting Tamahera had a thicker, insulating atmosphere in the past. Probably all got blown off, though. Depends on how energetic Century is over here. This guy. Excuse me. This is where the moon is that they were talking about, so Clendagon. We'll go back to that in a second. Let's look at, let me take a drink first, actually, while I do this. See if I can do this one-handed. Don't drink and drive, kids. It's bad. I was setting myself up for that one. Oh, there we go. What you got for me? Metallic asteroid. Maybe heavy metals? I think we need one. Yeah, heavy metal. Palladium. Cool. I think we're done with heavy metals now. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. Maybe that's the one that we were done with and we need light metals, actually. I don't know. Cantra. Or, no, it has a C in it. An extra C. Canctra? I'm just going to say Cantra. It rolls off the tongue better. A terrestrial world of average size, Cantra's atmosphere is composed of nitrogen and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of calcium. Aside from some spectacular formations of water ice at the poles, the planet has little to recommend it. Well, that's kind of cool. But, oh, there's a light metal. We got some cobalt. Alright, cool. That might actually, like I was saying before, complete the light metals collection that we needed. So now it's just a matter of the rare earths and, actually, since we're relatively close to the inside of the center of the solar system, or not the solar system, the galaxy, we might find some rare earths around here. It's distinctly possible. They don't get thrown out as far in the, when the galaxy forms, right? I think. Thoropto's kind of pretty. Anyway, Thoropto is a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. It has over 100 moons and an extensive ring system composed of pulverized rock, presumably the debris from shattered moons. It's kind of morbid, but I guess you can't really blame it. It's probably got a high gravitational well and probably drags asteroids and stuff into its orbit regularly. But we found a League of One medallion on a tiny moon with some odd readings. Engineer Adams found an escape pod there that we then salvaged for the League of One medallion. Alright, let's go back to Clendagon and then we'll look at that moon there. Clendagon is an arid terrestrial, slightly larger than Earth, but with a lower density that reflects its relative lack of heavier elements. It's kind of strange considering how close we are to the center of the galaxy. Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong, I don't know. The crust is composed of tin and aluminum, with wide deserts of dust-fine sand that are easily stirred by the wind. Yeah, I was going to say, it looks kind of like Mars, except it's got a little bit of a greenish tint. Clendagon's most striking feature is, of course, the Great Rift Valley that stretches across the southern hemisphere. What is most fascinating about the rift is that it does not appear to be natural. The geological record suggests it is the result of a glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power. This occurred some 37 million years ago. They had mass accelerator rounds 37 million years ago? I guess that corroborates what Dr. Tassoni was saying about mass effect technology existing long before the Protheans were around, but 37 million years that stuff's been around? So, there's something going on in the history books that isn't really being explained here. I don't know if they explain it to us in this game or if they hold off for later on, but we might figure it out as we go here. All the more reason to go exploring around the galaxy, right? Maybe we'll find some more clues about this crazy thing that we're, the crazy history of the galaxy. I mean, we've only had, 30 years to figure it all out since humans were first contacted, so might as well learn while we can. Excuse me. Pressrop is the moon, the only moon, apparently, of Clendagon. It is a frigid, barren world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The crust contains plentiful deposits of heavy metals. Ooh. I don't know if we need those anymore, but alright. The Alliance is open bidding for the moon's mineral rights, but exploitation will be complicated by the system's proximity to the 5 kiloparsec ring around the galactic core. That was what I was talking about. The ring is an area of intense star formation and too dangerous to safely travel. Basically, it's once you get within a certain distance of the center of the galaxy, a kiloparsec is basically like the measure of a galactic scale when you're measuring galactic diameter, or is it just galactic radius? I don't remember. Point is, within 5 kiloparsecs from the center of the galaxy, stars are blowing up all the time, basically, and forming new stars, and there's black holes and a bunch of different things that would basically deter anything from ever wanting to live there. So Hawking Eta is pretty close to that, and it makes it hard to settle anywhere around here because it's so close. Anyway, Pressrop's landscape is a nightmare of jagged, overlapping oh no. Not another Notacrox! And geological shock zones created by some ancient disaster. This has not deterred a generation of illegal wildcat miners from attempting to exploit the moon's mineral riches. Unfortunately, many have lost their lives, and that's unfortunate, but yeah. Orbital distance quite a ways from Clendagon. I wonder how far it is in kilometers from the Earth to the moon. I think it's like 220,000 kilometers, so this one's a little closer. But, it doesn't matter too much. It's a pretty big moon, to be fair. 4,000... It's like 8,000 kilometers across. Pretty big. But we need to land on it to see if we can take care of this Major Kyle fellow. And by take care of, I mean take him in and try to get him treatment, just like we did for Tombs. Whether or not that treatment's going to work for them, I don't know. But hey, you do what you can, right? We should take Caden, because he is a biotic, so he probably has some, level of, what am I looking for? Camaraderie, maybe, with these guys. He probably has some solidarity with these people, or he will, in any case, when we get there, as long as they're not all completely crazy. But, yeah, we'll bring him along, and then I won't bring Liara because she hasn't been on enough missions yet. It totally unbalances my party, but I don't really care. We'll be fine! Oh, hey, there's the Great Rift Valley. I don't know if you guys saw that there. We were kind of moving a little quick, but I'll look up in the sky and let you have a look at it as long as the Mako doesn't totally ruin the picture by just making you look at its tires real quick. Where is Clendagon? There it is. And yeah, you can kind of see it, that little ridge there. It looks like somebody just tore a piece of skin off the top of their finger or something like that. It just looks like it ripped right through them like a knife or something. It's kind of impressive and at the same time kind of scary, because what the hell could have caused something like that? I mean, again, mass accelerator rounds 37 million years ago, that's kind of scary, It's been around for quite a long time. I wonder why it brings up a lot of questions that we don't have answers to, unfortunately. I really need to get Liara some new armor, just thinking about that now. It's kind of at the point where she and Garrus are the only ones who really need any new armor, and that's unfortunate because I think they're going to be the ones that I take with me into the next major mission that we do, at least in terms of the main party that I use. Just because, you know, Garrus hasn't seen a lot of screen time recently, especially not the main missions, because I've been too busy taking Rex along instead. And then Liara, well, she just got here, so like she's probably, you know, wondering what's going on. This looks like some sort of compound. This cluster of prefab utility shacks have a distinctly ramshackle look to them. Try saying that 5 times fast. A set of rover tracks lead away over the mountain ridge to the southwest. Alrighty, but that doesn't mean that we can't just, you know, look around for materials or evidence of this whole Major Kyle incident. Not that it's really an incident yet, but it could become one if we're not careful. Also, this is a mission that I probably should have done way earlier in the game, so we're probably mostly going to be getting easy decryption, easy electronics, that sort of stuff. Doesn't mean I won't get good stuff out of it, though. I did just get Ursa 8 out of this easy decryption thingamajigger, so I suppose it doesn't matter. But, yeah, I probably should have done this one way earlier in the game, but I didn't. Oh, almost missed this. Frictionless materials. Oh, yeah, I was looking at some of the upgrades that we can get now in the game, and there's a few new ones that we can get once we get to level 8 stuff, which we're starting to get now. This is basically like heatsink, except it's much, much better. It increases your damage, and it also minimalizes, as it says, it minimizes weapon overheat. So it's really good for shotguns if you have them available, although from what I understand, kinetic stabilizer isn't all that different, even though it says it's there for weapon stability, which improves accuracy. Apparently, heat damping isn't too much different, according to the wiki. The wiki has been wrong on me in certain other situations. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, but I'm going to hold on to that frictionless materials for Rex's shotgun because he really needs an upgrade from that Heatsink 3 that we had before. And Garrus needs an upgrade from the, okay, to the southwest. That's southwest. So that means they went this way? Maybe there's a road. Where we're going, we won't need roads. I have the Mako, so roads are invalid. But yeah, Garrus really needs an upgrade from that improved sighting on his sniper rifle. But apparently, the combat scanner, when you get to the level 8 version of it, actually has an increase in accuracy. So that's pretty nice. I'll be using that with him when we get to that point. I was going to say, I hope this isn't a Thresher Maw attack, but no, this is kind of a valley that Thresher Maws probably couldn't really spawn in because it's too rocky. So, there's that. It's very jagged, and probably means I'm going to have some difficulty getting around here after this, but I'm trying not to fall straight off the hill and have to come back up. This is a distress beacon of some kind. I don't know if I like this. What do we got? Ancient debris. Okay, somebody was trying to recover an artifact here. Hopefully it's League of One medallion. What do we got? A Turian insignia for the Macedon outpost. Okay, well. A scrap metal from a very old freighter, and it was marked on one side by Macedon outpost. I think we're done with that one. Yeah, we've been done with Turian insignias, so maybe I'm just finding the extra ones that you could get otherwise. A wrecked mining vehicle. The front of the rover is crumpled in from impact. A glance inside tells you the occupants, probably a team of illegal wildcat miners, are dead. Debris is still sliding down the furrows left by the tires, silent in the near vacuum atmosphere. Well, we should probably leave before the debris collapses on top of us. That would be bad. Commander Shepard, Alliance, and First Human Spectre killed by debris on a moon near the 5 kiloparsec ring. That is not the article that I want to go out on. I'm just going to say that now. This looks like a pretty bad valley. Come on, Mako, keep your momentum going. It's not going to keep your... Okay, well, we got out of it anyway, so this doesn't matter. Alright, fine, I'll back out of this place. Whatever you say, Mako. You're the one with the crazy physics going on, not me. I'll just follow you. I don't know if this looks like a... This might be a Thresher Maw attack, so I'm just going to be careful. Checkpoint just outside of the zone where the Thresher Maw might attack? Check. The question really comes in, though, that... what else? I was going to say something else with that, because then it would make sense that I actually said check, but... I don't know. Point is, why the hell would Major Kyle have a base on this place when it's possibly has Thresher Maws here? Although it doesn't really have Thresher Maws because they aren't attacking me yet. So I mean, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Damn it, I don't remember now. Shield interface 8. Now, does that have anything other than shields? Let's find out. Nope, still shields. Actually, I think it is the same shields as shield interface 7, which is pretty weird, actually. But whatever. Not really my place to judge how they do that stuff. Okay, if we go through this little mountain pass here to my right, we should be able to get to the compound. At least I think that's what it is. It isn't marked on the map, but it should be the compound. I don't see anything else that's on this. That was what I was going to say. I turned the volume down preemptively to make sure that if it was a thresher mall, it's not screaming and yelling in the background of my friggin' microphone, so I have to turn down the microphone so that you guys don't hear that crap. So I'm fighting a thresher mall. I don't know if I have time to really reach over to the clicker and turn down the volume. It's something that I dread every time I get into the Mako. But to be fair, I do like the Mako better than the other vehicle that you get in the next game. The one in the next game is a pile of garbage, as far as I'm concerned. The Mako's alright. It's some of the missions with the Mako are a little bit, you know, difficult, and the Mako itself does get repetitive after a while, but I don't mind driving around on an ATV on a planet like this. It's pretty nice. Some of the terrain is a little bit bothersome because I can't go in a straight line to save my life, but, you know. You take the good with the bad, especially in situations like this where there is a lot of good to be had. I really like Mass Effect 1, in case you didn't notice yet. I'll explain how much I like it when we get to the credits of this game, but that's something else for later. Heavy metal, I don't need more gold, said no one ever. I don't need more gold, I need rare earths. What you guys doing? Okay, that's locked. It's probably the main complex where Major Kyle is. That's unlocked, though, so maybe we'll be able to... Maybe he's got people living here and we can talk to them before we talk to Major Kyle? I mean, it doesn't say enter, it says activate, so maybe we should just be on guard here. I sincerely doubt we need to be on guard, because if this ends up exactly the same way as it ended up with Helen and Blake, we won't even need to be fighting anybody, but, yeah, trying to resolve peacefully if we can.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
Well, I mean, I'm not really an outsider. I know who your leader is.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
Well, I'm not necessarily Alliance anymore. I'm a Spectre, and frankly, I'm here to help.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people could get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
I know you need him, but he needs me.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle, and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you. See, just a little diplomacy goes a long way in these sorts of situations. We could get back in the Mako, but I'm not feeling lazy today. Unlike when we were on Luna. I don't know why I felt lazy on Luna, but whatever. Figure it makes sense that we would just walk over here. I think the last time I did this mission, I just walked to the building anyway. Hopefully they radioed ahead so we don't have to go ahead and kill a shit ton of biotic commandos here. Couldn't think of a different word. Okay, yeah, we shouldn't take our guns out here because these cultists don't seem to be attacking us. Good. Hello?
Father Kyle says we biotics have to stick together.
Well, yeah, solidarity and all that, but you don't murder Alliance command people.
If you try to take Father Kyle away from us, you'll end up like those other Alliance soldiers.
Okay, well that explains a lot. He probably had his cultists kill him, just like the Admiral said, which is unfortunate because that means that Major Kyle now has to spend some major time in prison. But we'll do what we can to get him out of this without too many issues. I don't want to have to shoot my way out of this place, and frankly, I don't know if I really could, considering I have some solidarity with these people because I am a biotic myself, but killing Alliance soldiers is not a good way to get some more concessions out of the Alliance to help out biotics, you know? It's not, you're not helping the situation by being a dick, basically. Is there anything over here? Probably not. I'm probably just backtracking for no reason here. Oh, there's a crate. I would have missed this otherwise. Karpov 9, huh? It's probably better than what Liara has. Although, actually, I think I got Liara an HMW pistol off-screen because I found it in the shop when I was looking before. No, that's not Liara. Oh, by the way, I didn't really stay downstairs for too long today. Ooh, that's a better set of light armor than what she had before. I'll probably equip that as soon as we get back on the ship. Yeah, I got her an HMW pistol. There weren't very many changes between the last time and this time. Basically, I equipped Caden with the Titan armor, I equipped Ashley with the Colossus armor, and that was just about it. Pretty much, no, I don't think anything else really changed. I'll probably have a little bit to change now because I'll have to put frictionless materials on Rex's stuff, but yeah, that will do in a little bit.
Just because we're biotics doesn't mean we don't deserve to be treated fairly.
Yeah, you tell him. Was that Yuri Lowenthal? It sounded like Yuri Lowenthal, I think. I know he's in Mass Effect 2. He's an assistant to a doctor in that game, but we're not quite there yet. We'll get there eventually. Every time I see high explosive now, when we're getting like the level 8 materials, I keep thinking they're going to give me high explosive rounds, which are like the best rounds in the entire game for sniper rifles, but no such luck. Wait till you see what happens when I put those on Garrus' sniper rifle. Oh, baby! He's gonna kill some people with that.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
Yeah, I don't think I can leave you alone, considering the investigators are probably dead, but let's just confirm.
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
They aren't really safe, especially when the Alliance calls people like me in here to come in and apprehend you.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you are endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
Let's be fair here. If the Alliance comes in and carpet bombs the surface of Pressrop, they're still helpless, and that's their next solution here. I'm trying to help you here, man.
You ordered your followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen. I'm sorry. I
know, it's hard, man. I've overseen children myself before, and it's hard to separate the work from the, what you've done and what they've done. It's hard to separate sometimes, but you have to understand that you don't want to hurt them, and in order to not hurt them, you have to face the music here.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack, and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
All right, well, don't make me come back, man. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here, but the Alliance is not going to give you the benefit of the doubt if you aren't there in an hour. They will evacuate the planet, and they will carpet bomb the entire complex, so just think about that.
I'm going to trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Joker can have the 5th Fleet pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Commander.
Yeah, I've been told that before, Caden. By more than just you. You should return to the Normandy and notify the Alliance of Kyle's surrender. They'll want to dispatch a ship to take him into custody. Fair enough, just as long as the cultists don't attack in the process. He has to talk to them, though, so he'll probably talk to them and say, hey, you guys are all cool and all, but I had you kill 2 people for me, and that's not cool. So I need to go and talk to people about the things that I've done, and I might not be back for a while. So yeah, that's how that's gonna go. Don't you disappoint me, Major. I'm already getting concessions out of the Alliance Parliament back on Earth because of that one mission that we did way a long time ago to get that Parliament member back. Was he a Parliament member? I forget. Point is that those L2s kidnapped him, and then we were like, hey, you know, you should look back at all the stuff for them so that way they can get more concessions, because you don't want to die right now, and I don't want to have to kill these people. So hopefully these biotic cultists, quote-unquote, will get some more help, the help that they deserve once they get back to Earth, if they ever go back. And Major Kyle will, you know, face up to what the Alliance has to have him face up to, and we'll go from there. I think I could go into this other building here, but I can't think of a justifiable reason to do so now that the mission's over. I mean, Major Kyle has already given us his word that he'd be apprehended. All we have to do is wait in orbit for an hour to see if he does, or if the Alliance says, nah, screw it, he's not coming lightly, so we're not going to, you know, we're not going to play around with him and then just kills everybody here. Hopefully it's not the latter, but, I mean, you know, you do what you have to do in order to get things done.